Hey man, I appreciate the backup on this, seriously. I guess I lucked out finding a park ranger, huh? Well, it shouldn't be a big deal, just a trespassing call at this old school, which I guess is trespassing on state park property too, huh? Nah, probably just kids being kids, you know how it is. If you wouldn't care to check around the back, I'm already looking inside the building. Appreciate it. Be careful.
Okay. I'll have that. And this. And this. And this. And this. Because I need a water bottle, don't I? Okay. So, a bit weird, but, I, Mr. or Mrs. Policeman, and these enormous golden trees are going to, investigate round the back of the school building. Oh, look, a flashing light. I wonder if there is some mischief going on within this school. I find it a bit odd that he said he would appreciate it if I helped out, despite just, like, giving me a direct order. But, never mind. Maybe it's like political correctness amongst the police. We have to be very pleasant to each other, not allowed to tell each other what to do, exactly. Okay, it seems like I can't access the building from here. I can't access the steady frame rate either. So anyway, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to something called School Grounds, I think, in this extremely dark world, using this extremely popular pre-build, and now I'm suddenly having really heavy deja vu. Have I played this game before and forgotten? That is extremely possible that has happened before. So I presume I'm not supposed to go inside, because that's where my colleague said he was going, with these tiny little fire hydrants. Although saying that, I've never actually seen a real fire hydrant because we don't really have them in this country. Hello? Anyone in there? This is supposed to be a sort of a mystery where it's supposed to unravel in a vague horror setting. I don't know. It had mixed reviews on Steam, and I'm always attracted to those games. I'm always attracted to games which some people love and some people hate, because it usually means there's a lot to talk about. It seems vaguely detailed inside, so I do presume that we are going to go inside at some point, because there's no way on earth a game of sort of this level would give this much detail purely as something to look at. I thought I could hear some flies buzzing, like as if there were a corpse about. Which would certainly help with the mystery. I'll tell you another mystery we've got. Why all the lampposts have been bent over. This door seems different from all the others. This door is jammed. Oh, dearie me. What a travesty. I'm sure we'll get over it, though. We won't get over this frame rate, though. All this lamppost we seem to have got our feet stuck on. Okay. So we've got a nice sort of Silent Hill vibe in the skybox, which is kind of cute. I'm going to guess this is round the back. What on earth has gone on with all of these lampposts? Maybe a tornado or something? I don't know. I mean, you know, puberty's hard to get through and all, but I didn't think it involves this much collateral damage. But maybe I stand corrected. I did not have a traditional youth by any stretch of the imagination. Something round the back here, perhaps? Now, it's so dark and so difficult to see anything. I apologise if it's really, really dark for you. It's really dark for me as well. There is extremely little I can make out. This game really doesn't like you turning around quickly. Oh, hello. Is that a person? It's a person in a...
I keep seeing people dart into these classrooms, but it's too dark in this place to get around. I think there's a circuit breaker in the gym. Could I go turn that on while I keep looking around? Just keep your head on a swivel. Something definitely seems off about this place.
But I just said I can't keep my head on a swivel, because that's what kills the frame rate. Okay, so there's some mysterious mannequin with some cogs in it, which reminds me of the mannequins in Don't Be Afraid. Which is a good thing, because anything that reminds me of that game is a good thing. Hello, madam, and thrice madam. Hello. So where's the gym? All the buildings look exactly the same. How am I supposed to identify which is the correct one? But I'm certainly motivated to do that, because anything that increases the amount of light in here would be fantastic. Is my battery run out? Can I combine this? There we are. That's there we are. I have a tiny bit more light now. Emphasis on the word tiny. Okay, right. Maybe it was the door that was jammed. Maybe it's now magically opened, or maybe one of the mannequins have opened it for me. Those helpful little mannequins, always trying to help a police officer. No, it's still jammed. Well, there goes that theory. Let me wander around for a little bit longer and see if I can find anything that might vaguely resemble a gymnasium. Hi, friend. I'm a new kid here. Could you not do that? Hi. Nice, wave the arm action. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's really important if you have an enemy that they can kill you. Because if they can't, they become about as scary as a kitten. Right. So, is this the gymnasium? No, this is the cafeteria. Okie dokie, never mind. Oh, I see. So the doors got blown off by something, did they? Maybe by my tree trunk armed levitating friend over there. I guess levitation is the simple reason, or the simple excuse, rather, not to program animation. I don't know. I do feel slightly bad constantly complaining about, you know, people making an effort or not making an effort. These doors are jammed as well, but this one is locked, so I wasn't looking for a key for it. I do feel slightly bad criticising people for not going the extra mile in games. Sometimes, given the fact that I couldn't, you know, I can barely program a function in Python, let alone actually, programming a mannequin's legs moving backwards and forwards in a vaguely human-looking manner. But okay, we need to find this circuit breaker or chip switch or whatever under the sun it was we were sent to do. I've already forgotten. Got lots of little drawings, little crayons. What? Oh, executive's office. I read that as executed office. I was thinking, what? What did you do? What did this poor little office do that you? And you had to expel some capital punishment on it. Okay, these are all locked. I can't read anything on here. It's all too fuzzy. Some of them have been burned, though. I have to wonder what all the chairs and things are just doing out in the... Sorry to interrupt. I'm the electrical man. I'm made of pure electricity. Ahem. No, I mean, I'm looking for the chip switch. What's this? You can now carry more items. Oh, whoop-de-doo. That means there's more stuff to do. Okay, right. I've been partnered up with people for group exercises that were about as well animated as this chap over here. But, and to be honest with you, they've instilled feelings in me that made me want to do just this. My battery's dying again, isn't it? And I've only got one more. Goodness, I'm going to run out of light very quickly. That does help a little bit. It's a little bit brighter. Something I've noticed a lot, for example, when I'm editing things that have flashlights that drain, if they drain slowly, it's usually such an incremental change that I really don't notice it as it goes by. It's only when you put in a new battery that you actually realise just how dark things get. I can definitely hear some flies. But then again, we've already encountered the corpse. Speaking of encountering corpses... Oh, good God. Oh, I thought somebody might have been coming to open the door for me. That would have been very nice of them. We've got some more restrooms here. Are these identical to the ones we've just... Hi. Sorry to interrupt you, but, yeah, we found a head. We found a head in lost property. Thought it might be yours. No? Alright then, we'll keep looking around for other headless limbs. No, they are just absolutely identical, which makes it rather confusing. Okay, right. Yes, now that I found the corpse, shouldn't I ring my colleague in crime fighting, and, you know, tell them? By the way, don't know if this is important or not. No, I'm a bit of a rookie, a bit of a green thumb, as it were, at this whole anti-crimeology. But yeah, kind of found a dead person. And we kind of need them to, you know, to sort that out. Okay, right. Is this still locked? Yeah, this is all still locked. So it seems I'm at a bit of a dead end. Let me go back down and check the doors. Down. Okay, let me maybe not go down. No. Oh no, I can go down. I just have to jump down instead of walk down. Okay, is that an invisible barrier that's there to tell me I don't need to go back down that's just done really, really badly? Mwah, love you to pieces. As always. Electrical. Oh, but this is my home. This is where Electric Man lives. Perhaps not. Perhaps I shall have been orphaned. Vault 101 style. This is the lab, but I can't go in there. But I wanted to see a nice cute doggy. Is this not where you keep them? You're mis-selling this place to me. Okay, this place looks like an absolute categorical mess. Radio? I thought it was a fan at first, but no, it looks more like a combination between a valve and a windmill. Okay, again, I'm not seeing any electrical boxes that could be used to turn the lights on. And I'm guessing you're supposed to find that relatively quickly. Because it's going to be almost impossible to find it when I've run out of batteries. And I'm going to run out of batteries very, very soon. But would you mind getting out of the way of the door, mate? If I shut the door on you and then open it again. Ha ha ha! I have bested them. Bested them with my extreme understanding of doors. Giddy, I'm going to have to turn the brightness of this video up a bit because it's just so very dark. Some rolls of paper or possibly great big pipes. I think I'd take one of them and bash this mannequin around the head with it a bit. Never mind. Oh no, you're not. I thought you were the first male mannequin, but you've all just got such animated faces it was almost impossible to tell. Kitty, stop pushing me around. Kitty, seriously, just... Oh, are you running? Hang on a second. Oh, he's gone now. Kitty, on the moment I actually wanted you to be around is the one moment you're not here. It is so dark. It is, like, insanely dark. Oh, I have a lighter. Oh, your lucky lighter. Can I use this instead? Like, can use my bottle of water to refill some health. Oh, alright then, but I don't think I've taken any damage yet. Have a quick and putting in new batteries. Yeah, can I have, like, my lighter out? L? If I put that away, can I use this instead? No, I can drop it, but I can't use it. I need to use this. If I drop that, it's going to be impossible to ever get it back, because I'm never going to be able to see it again. Oh gosh, this is the danger of recording in a really bright room. Great. My one opportunity to potentially actually see something ever again has now been lost because I've dropped it. Why did I do that? Because I'm a twit, that's why. Because I thought if I dropped it and picked it up again, maybe it would reset it a tiny bit and then I could actually use it, but... I can't see it. And I've got no light. Starting to see whether this game had mixed reviews. Because it does seem to have some potential, it also seems to have some very irritating features. Right, so I restarted the game so that we would have a little bit more light. If you care to get out of my way, Mr. Desk. Restarted the game so you have a little bit more battery life to work with, because it wouldn't all have been drained quite so much. Oh, I see, this is like a shower room. Okay, well you'd need a shower after you went to the gym, so maybe the gym isn't far from here. Yeah, but it's closer than I realised. Maybe this door slammed in my face. Okay, this is another shower room. Kindly leave me alone, you waggly-armed weirdo. What does it say? This is construction site. We have a little music. Okay, did I turn the recording back on? Yes, I did. Good. Sorry about that. I always panic about these things. So this might be a gym, like a gym under construction. Right, let me... How much health did I lose? That made me lose 20 points of health. Really? If you're not going to have decent ladder descending mechanics, don't give so much fall damage. Hi. So I'm liking a little bit of added music, added a little bit of ambience. That's very nice. Ah, I reckon this is the gym. Because it's got a basketball hoop. As I presume they are termed. Okay, there must be the circuit board or whatever under the sun it is here somewhere. And I guess it's at the end, though. Hi again. I really wish you... I mean, I don't wish you did some damage, because it makes the game easier to get through. And when a game is impossible to get through, it's impossible to do a recording of. But still, if you want the game to be spooky and have scary enemies in it, you kind of have to have them vaguely dangerous. Okay, right, let me combine that with this. There we are, I can see a bit better now. Yeah, it's got football goals as well. Oh, there's two of you now. Oh, good. I'm glad to see you've got a little friend. I wouldn't want you to be all alone in your murderous pursuits of death. Is that the... that? No, that's a radiator, isn't it? Yeah. Oh! You're actually doing damage now, magically, all of a sudden, after me constantly complaining and whinging and griping that you weren't doing any. Okay. Now I'm about to die, which means I'm going to have to restart the game again. Whoop-de-doodle. Where is this circuit box? Oh, gosh. Oh, and now you're not doing damage. I wish you'd just make up your mind. Can damage just be a constant, not a variable? I have died. Am I going to go straight back to the beginning? Come on, I've got all day.
Hey man, yes. I appreciate the backup on this.
Yes, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning.
Well, it shouldn't be a big...
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right. Okay. So, I assume that somewhere in that building there is a breaker box. I've just got to find it and flip it before those things are able to kill me. I'm just so confused about how the mechanics work. Is it that they do damage sometimes? Is it that they have to, like, grab hold of me and hold on to me for a little while before they start doing damage? Is there, like, an actual mechanic there, or is it just a bit buggy and broken? Because that is a thing which makes low-quality horror games really difficult to work with sometimes. Because when an enemy does something a bit weird, you don't know whether it's a mechanic, a superpower, or a bug. Because that first mannequin with the tree trunk arms might be supposed to attack me. They're just not attacking me because of a bug. Or it might alternatively be that the first one is not damaging and the other ones inside the gym are damaging. I have no idea. Because with AAA games, you can often kind of assume rough rules of thumb with games, right? Like enemies will damage you and, you know, that kind of stuff. But in an indie horror game, there are no rules. There are no laws. There is nothing. There is just get in it and see what happens. And that's why I love indie horror games, but at the same time, they do kind of confuse me a bit, because I never quite know what something is. But okay. I feel like I'm trying to do a speed run of this game at this point. Okay, right. Can you climb the ladder as well, or have you gone away? You're hiding over there in the corner. Okay. That's all fine. Am I supposed to go over the tops, perhaps? Like this? Would this be a safer way of navigating around? This might be a better plan. I don't know if I'll be able to get on top of this wall. No, I won't. And now I've fallen and taken a lot of damage again. Oh, giddy God. Where is this box? It's got to be here somewhere, surely. Oh, for crying out loud. Giddy up. Right, one more try. One more try before I throw in the towel.
Hey man, I appreciate the backup.
I'm getting really sick of listening to you, my friend. I love how you have to stand here at the beginning and listen to 90% of the introduction before you're able to actually get on and playing the game. But it also struck me as I don't need to have this out all the time, so I should really put this away when I know where I'm going. That way I wouldn't use any more of the light. There was me criticising the game for being a bit weird when I'm just being utterly stupid. It's just a weird thing I've noticed in quite a lot of games. Games kill you, and that's fine, right? I know, obviously it's annoying to die in a game, because it means you've got to retrace your steps and all, but at the same time, I'm perfectly okay with a game killing me occasionally, because that means it adds a bit of danger, and it adds a bit of a spook, and it adds a bit of a genuine risk to the game, right? I don't have any problem with that. My only problem with that is that when they then don't seem sympathetic of the fact that you're going to have to play through the beginning bit about 5 times, probably.
I think there's a circuit breaker in the gym. Pretty good
So
stuff
it would be
on,
kind of cool if we didn't have to listen to the preface
keep your head on a swivel.
from
Something
this chap.
definitely seems off about this.
Which is nice to have some voice acting that sounds vaguely believable. You know, he sounds like an adult male from roughly the right kind of, you know, part of the United States that might have a police car like that. So I appreciate that they've done some vaguely decent voice acting for it. Absolutely, I do. I just wish I didn't have to listen to that voice acting 5 times over. Or at least if I did, I could be, you know, making progress and getting on with the game and getting back to where I was while that bit of voice acting goes on. Instead of having to listen to it about 10 times every single time I replay the game. But never mind. Let's just get back to the gymnasium and have one final try to see if we can find the circuit breaker and get the lights back on in here. Okay. This seems to be like the ideal, i.e. like the safe way of looking around and actually examining the world and having a fly land on the microphone. Seems like my only possibility of having any vague semblance of safety and an opportunity to actually go around and investigate. But I just don't see this circuit breaker. If you do and I don't, then I'm really, really sorry that the fly's now landed on the camera as well. Giddy on, he's really interested in the recording. Giddy on. There's a joke in there about figures, but we're not going to get into that. Is it in there, perhaps? I feel like I haven't been in there very much. It's in here. Hi again. They seem to move around in such bizarre manners I cannot work out their pathfinding. Or are there more than 2? No, they're not. They just move around quite erratically and quite rapidly. And yeah, if their legs could just move backwards and forwards a tiny bit, that would be lovely. But maybe I'm just asking to have my cake and eat it at this point. I don't know. Okay, now there's like 4 of you and you've all managed to get stuck in the same corner. I don't guess that's like a permanent stuck, is it? Because if you were... If I could get up this ladder, if you were all like permanently stuck in that corner, that would be like the most amazing thing ever. So how am I supposed to... You cannot get down that ladder without hurting yourself. I hate to say this because it seems a bit mean, but this game is not put together very well. I know that's completely contrary to the fact that I've literally spent entire videos and dedicated entire videos to just complaining about games sometimes, and specifically pointing out certain examples of games that I just consider to be absolutely terrible, and then saying that I'm just a bit hesitant to complain about this game, which is just frankly not very professional. Which, if this is a first project, or I'm a very inexperienced person, that's fine. This is a perfectly fine first step. It is. I just wish it had the objective in it that it says it has the objective for. Like, what is the point of all this if you can't actually do anything with it? Is this just like the end of the game? Have we just run out of game? We've run out of fly traps as well. Because it seems like there ain't no circuit breaker here. But never mind. I can't even have like a nice death animation or anything. All I have is you. You steely-faced, many-armed freak. What's that? Oil bottle. Oh! Do I need to... Oh. Combine with herb to make herbal medicine? What are you blathering on about? Why did you make... Hang on a second. You don't put herbs with oil to make herbal medicine. You just use herbs. That's why it's called herbal medicine. Otherwise it would be called oil herby medicine. But never mind. And that's another thing I don't get. Why is there a herbal medicine like construction crafting with oil and herbs and like resource gathering, and there isn't even the circuit box that you need in order to turn the light on in order to progress the story? I feel like our priorities need to be reworked a little bit, You know, it's like saying, oh, I've got a lovely bow tie on. It's all nice and fancy. I tied it myself. It's all shiny and everything. Yes, mate, it looks lovely, but you haven't got any trousers on. Kindly put these on first, and then we can have a discussion about your bow tie. Oh, through here, perhaps? Is this where the circuit breaker is? No. This is not where the circuit breaker is. This is where the nothing is. Right, I'm going to leave it there. A, because I cannot figure out how to progress. B, because this game's getting on my nerves a tiny bit. C, I want to kill this fly. And D, I need to let the cat in. Giddy aunt. Seems to have some potential. I like the voice acting. For the most part, I like the environment when there are actually things in it. Like this messy, half-constructed gym is quite nice. The enemy is interesting, like a multi-armed mannequin. More interesting than just your standard static mannequins. I just wish I could actually get to the next step of the game. Maybe I'm being an idiot. I usually am. Hi, Bambi. Okay. I didn't realise there was a deer wandering around here. I can't remember if I've shown it or not, which is a bit weird given the fact that I only edited all that footage you've just seen about 25 minutes ago. Yeah, there's a deer on the menu screen. I can't remember if I showed you the menu screen or not, and that's the same deer, and it's just randomly wandering around here. That's not the worrying thing. The worrying thing is that I did this bit of the game about 5 times so far, and this is the first time I've noticed it. Anyway.
Hey,
I said that I might be being a complete moron, and maybe the fuse box does really exist. Guess what? I was being a moron, and while I was editing the footage that you've just seen, I saw the fuse box. I figured out where it is. Never mind. I've also figured out, because I've not been deaf this time, I figured out why he's not talking to me like a cop. Because I'm not a cop. Apparently I'm a park ranger. Which is part of the little preposition. Which again, is a bit weird that I listened to that about 5 times and I still didn't realise it. But never mind. None of that matters. It also doesn't matter that when I stopped playing this game and started editing the footage, Steam went completely and utterly ballistic, which meant when I realised where the fuse box was, I couldn't go back and... hello again, big smooches. I couldn't immediately come back into the game to start playing it again, to go and find that fuse box, because Steam had gone completely mad and wouldn't load anything. But never mind. For some bizarre reason, changing my Steam account password was enough to convince Steam that everything was fine. But never mind. I've figured out where the fuse box is. It's up against that wall, but... could you shut up a little bit? Thank you. It's up against that far wall, but it's on top of like some scaffolding. So what I need to do is to jump over these things in a vaguely competent manner. Doing anything vaguely competently is going to be a real trial for me. But yeah, it's right there. I noticed it just on the corner of the screen once when editing. Do I have to jump on that? Oh, you are yanking on my chain in chat. This is going to be a bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be a slightly easier path to reach it. So I think these bad guys are just here to harass you a little bit as they as you come back here to reattempt this bit of the game, which also explains kind of why you can't go down the ladders properly, because you're not really meant to go down the ladders. You're supposed to just sort of fall off once or twice in your attempt to get over there. Let me try this again. Yeah, here we are. Oh, I never realised park rangers were such good acrobats. I can't make that jump. I'm gonna try. There's no way I can make that jump. Well, how else can I get? I can't like climb up these, can I? No, I can't. And now I'm stuck on something. And now I'm dead. Hooray! My giddy aunt. I don't rescind any of the things that I said. I still think this game has some potential, but is a bit choppy around the edges. That massive gap seems to strengthen my argument.
Well, it shouldn't be a big deal, just trespassing call at this old school, which I...
How will I make that jump? That jump is like twice the length of this. How am I supposed to make that? Can't be expected to like move something, can I? To like bridge the gap a little bit or something? There's nothing I can like grab hold of. am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to make that jump? Because look, there's the fuse box up there. You can see it pretty clearly. I'm supposed to like climb up through other items, am I? You kids are a pain in my butt. Kitty aunt. I'm going to do a test. I'm just going to time how long it takes.
Hey man, I appreciate the backup on
Not
this,
that.
seriously.
What I want, yeah, a
funny
stopwatch,
injury.
whatever you want. There we are.
Well, it
Okay.
shouldn't be a big deal, just trespassing call.
So there's a timer going, and I'm going to see exactly how long it takes me to get from here back inside the gymnasium, going about as fast as I physically can, to see how much time it takes me to get back for each attempt, and how much time I'm wasting, and how much time could be saved by having a simple save mechanic, or an autosave, or a checkpoint, or any of those things. Let's see. We're already at 27 seconds. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Going as fast as physically possible to get back to here. Now, can I get those monsters to come through the wall and glitch into the corner again like last time? Is that a thing I could do? Because that would make it an awful lot easier if I do fall down a couple of times. No, there is just no mechanic for going down there. Hi, friends. Come on. Yep, there we are. Right. Kitty on 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I could have watched a man eat his own face while coming the frog since I've got accustomed to your face in that much time. There we are. Glitch into the corner. Glitch into the corner. There we are. Okay, right. So they have been dealt with now. Probably by a massive bug. And I'm guessing what the idea is that monster is supposed to chase you down the corridor, and then they're sort of forced into that corner to stop them from chasing you in here. Surely it would be easier just to despawn them, and then it wouldn't also cause this problem. But never mind. I can now do this without being attacked. I'll still take damage from falling down. I took 27 points of damage from that tiny little fall. Crying out loud. Right, let's use that to at least regenerate a little bit of my health. And let's have another try. Oh, for crying out loud. I missed one of you? Or you somehow managed to move yourselves back? I don't know. This must be the way, though. This path is way too, like, correctly set up to be anything else. But I don't get it. I don't get how I'm supposed to get across this bit here. Because there's just no way that you can make that jump. I don't understand it. I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Because there's no other method of doing it. There's nowhere else that you can jump up to. Or climb up. I can't... If I get on top of this thing, if I ever get on top of this thing ever again, my batteries would stop running out. Like, seriously, what is it with this trope in horror games that flashlights have to have batteries that last 25 seconds? Right, if you'd ever get on top of this pommel horse, right, I can't climb up this now, can I? No, despite the fact that this could clearly be climbed on by anybody with half a brain, to then get up there and interact with that fuse box. See, this is, I don't honestly know which is worse at this point. Not having a fuse box, which was my first belief of how this game operated, or having a fuse box that you can't reach. I'm honestly not sure which is worse. I can't reach it from here, can I? Barely even jump now. No, I can just fall off. Brilliant. So, what am I supposed to do? I'm not supposed to jump on that thing and then jump onto there, am I? That would be... I mean, that would be impossible. How would you even get up there? There's nothing else that you could jump on. Don't tell me I'm supposed to jump on that. Like, seriously? Am I missing something again? Which is possible. Maybe I'll realise it while I'm editing this piece of footage. I just don't understand. It seems like that is the path you would go back down, but this is just too wide. You can't jump over this bit. I don't get what I'm doing wrong. And it's not like I can interact with any of these items. I can't, like, move this out of the way or drag this like, football net across. Goal, that's the word I'm looking for. in order to then like make a stepping stone for me to jump up, and there's nothing on the wall that I can grab hold of. I can't like throw up a whip and do an Indiana Jones and swing my way across. There's no ladder anywhere. There's nowhere I can climb up or jump across or anything, and you lose more and more health each time you fail, and you just can't climb up here. And now I've managed to get myself stuck. Oh, you can zoom. That's really useful. Every game has this zoom function, and absolutely none of them have any use for it. And all of the buttons aren't doing anything now, which means this game also has areas where you can get stuck and just die. Well, not die actually, because because of an initial bug, the enemies have gone, and because of a secondary bug, I now wish the enemies were back here so that they could kill me, so that I didn't have to go back to the main menu. But hey ho, here we are again. I'm going to have one more try, and then I'm going to give up for real this time. Now I'm going to sit through another 2 minutes of preposition, which could be skipped with a checkpoint.
Hey man.
What also annoys me slightly, and I hate to add another log to this fire of criticisms that I'm throwing at this thing, what I also dislike is that the movement mechanics are very jerky, and the jump is not smooth at all, and it's quite a short little stubby jump. Great, another enemy. I think there are 3 of them. Either that or they respawn somehow. But yeah, if you're going to have a platforming exercise, that's fine. I don't have any problem with you doing a platforming exercise, but you need sharp controls. That is absolutely a necessity. And it would also be great if half the things you needed to climb on were not slippy, to the point where you randomly just fly off them. Like, first rule of a platformer, have really sharp controls, because it's an absolute necessity. Oh gosh, right. We shall have another couple of tries at the long jump, as it were. See, look, I'm barely making these jumps. There's no way on earth I can make a jump that's even longer than that, and yet somehow that's what they seemingly expect you to do, which just makes no sense to me. And that's the thing that really, like, confuses me when I play these sorts of games, because if it's like, you need a skill that I don't have, and whether that's like being able to aim and being efficient with ammunition, ranging to things like being able to read Morse code from the audio of it rather than like the written form of it. If it's a game that I can't win because I need a skill that I don't have, that's fine, I get that, because somebody else could still enjoy this game very much. My problem with games like this is that I don't really see how anybody could enjoy them. I don't see how anyone could enjoy this puzzle, or this exercise, or whatever you want to call it, because I don't see how anybody is capable of doing that. And what gets in my brain further than that is the question of how... is the question of how a developer can look at this and think that this makes any sense, right? Because I know that, and this is a wonderful thing about the indie game market, it's made by an incredibly diverse range of people, from all different walks of life, different ages, different experiences, different nationalities, and that's fantastic, right? That gives a really, really wide range of random bits of water on my keyboard. I don't know where those came from. Oh well, it means my keyboard gets a nice clean. It wasn't, it was highly overdue for. It's a great thing that games are made by a diverse range of people, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter how diverse your sample is, I doubt you're ever going to find anybody that thinks that a gap that massive, or a game with ladders that you can't go down without breaking your legs, enemies that get stuck in corners, and little bits of tarpaulin that you get completely stuck on and can only judder back and forth with endlessly as if you're being shaken around on some sort of industrial machinery. How does this make sense to anybody? That's the thing that kind of confuses me a little bit. But maybe it makes sense to somebody, and maybe once again I'm being an idiot. Maybe there's a plank somewhere that you can pick up and lay down in that gap which allows you to step across it or something. I have no idea, but this game gives you no clue as to what you're supposed to be doing, and I can't figure it out, so... I was hoping, upon seeing the fuse box, that we could come back into this and see the rest of the game, because it does seem to have some vague potential. However, I still cannot reach the fuse box, even though I have discovered where it is. So, that is enough of that. And a quick final word. Actually, let me show this to you a little bit better. We quit this, yeah. Let's quit. Let's play the game again. Just want to show you a little something, right? Yeah, whatever, let's get on with it. You're on the main menu, and you press quit. And the menu buttons go away, but nothing else happens. So you say, I like to quit the game. But then you can't quit the game, because the quit button doesn't actually quit it. Which means you have to go into the Steam overlay and force to quit, like that. Am I the only person that thinks this makes no sense whatsoever to any human being that has ever existed in the history of mankind? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not.